that Drax does have these extra hands, and these What's up, Grumpy Nation? Today I've got something amazing to unbox for you. I just want to give a big thanks to Entertainment Earth for sending me this. It's very cool, and I think you guys are going to love it. So definitely check out Entertainment Earth. I will drop a link in the description below. Alright guys, so this is the Marvel Legends Infinite series. Entertainment exclusive Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a 5-pack, right? So it's got all 5 of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it is epic. Now this is based off of the comic book series, not the movie. So this is the comic book style of characters, but this is just so cool, and I want to show you guys how this looks when I open it up. So there it is. Giant is all get out. Some fantastic artwork here in the inside, and as well as the figures there. And as you can see on the side, it's got all the characters in these little kind of strange little faces. So it's got all the characters. The front has amazing artwork. The back is a close-up picture of the actual figures themselves. So this thing is ginormous, and I'm very excited to open this. So I'm gonna dig in. Alright guys, now opening this thing up, and it is just so rad. Each character has some extra bits that come with them. Alright guys, so first I opened up Groot. Now I must say, these things are in these packages very tight. First off, by accident, I found out that Groot's head is actually on a ball joint. So you can take off the head, which is really cool because you can really do a lot of articulation with this guy. So he looks side to side, up and down. Not so much up and down because he's got this big chin here going on, but the articulation on this dude is fantastic. A little bit of a waist crunch there. It's more up in his chest area. His arms definitely move. He's got a bicep swivel as well. It's actually like kind of off of his shoulder, so that's very cool. His elbows are double jointed, which is fantastic, and his wrists are actually on swivels as well. Not a ton of articulation. Now you're not going to find you know, NECA level articulation or Hot Toys or anything like that, but these are fantastic looking figures. I really like them. His legs are really cool. They move up and down and side to side. He's got some knee bend there, and it looks like he's got some ankle pivots, which is kind of cool because his feet there are like, they're just little tree trunk pieces, but they really move well. So this is probably like a 7 or 8 inch tall figure, so very cool. And the detail on this guy is just amazing. I mean, if you look at the sculpt, his head sculpt is just awesome. I can't say that, I mean, I gotta be honest, I actually like this version better than the movie version. I think he just looks so mean and just really cool. So that is a fantastic figure. Very big, but very cool. So that's the Groot figure, and I really think that's awesome. I mean, he's huge. Alright guys, here's Drax, and again, pretty much the same articulation. So they've got the really crazy waist crunch. Look at that. I mean, he can really crunch. Same articulation on the head. Now Groot was the only one that seemed like he's on a ball joint. The rest of these guys, oh, I guess not. So I guess they're all pretty much identical as far as the articulation. Now I will say with Drax, he's got these gauntlets on, and they look like separate pieces here for his wrist parts of the gauntlets, so they kind of can spin around and stuff like that. Weird. I don't understand why, but one of his hands is open, and then the other one is like it looks like it's ready to hold a blade, which I do have an extra blade for, but kind of a weird choice for both hands to not be the same. This hand looks really weird, kind of close-fisted like that it's got like a hole in it, so it's definitely made to hold a weapon. But again, fantastic sculpt on these, great paint applications. It looks like Drax, he's got these boots that have sheaths on them. So I bet you anything, his daggers fit into the sheaths. Alright, so Drax does have, he can fit one dagger into his hand, or one blade into his hand, which is cool. Again, I don't understand why they made one hand open. I mean, it looks kind of strange to me, but whatever. And then those daggers from before, these little daggers, actually fit in these sheaths in his boots, which is very cool. So I really like that. That's a nice touch. Not my favorite figure out of the set, for sure. His sculpt is cool, but his paint's kind of basic. He does have a little more movement in his thighs. They swivel a little bit more. He does have the knee bends and the ankle pivots as well, which is very cool. So You can definitely pose him, but again, the hand choice is strange to me. I don't really get it. But that is Drax, and he looks very cool. That Drax does have these extra hands, and I was wrong about his other ones, so that's why he's got one hand open and one hand closed. And it's crazy because these little hands, they actually do have hinges, so he can actually move these hands. Alright, so here is Star-Lord, and again, same articulation as the other figures. It's got the head on a ball joint, bicep swivels, elbow bend, the same leg swivels, their thighs actually swivel, knee bends, and ankle pivots. So nothing crazy. They're all about the exact same as far as articulation is concerned. Crazy waist crunch though, again, you can really bend these guys in some awkward positions, but the head sculpt on this guy is so awesome. So if you can't see that, I will definitely put a picture, but this head sculpt is fantastic, and the paint application on Star-Lord so far is the best. I mean, it's just very detailed. It's got some bright kind of highlighted oranges, and the gold is real metallic, so definitely a cool sculpt. Now the guns, I gotta be honest, the guns are not my favorite. Now his hands are closed as well, so getting these guns in the hands is not super easy. So getting the guns in his hands was not very easy. His hands are already closed up, and you have to really kind of push them in there, but the guns they really chinsed on. I mean, that is just a kind of a cheesy paint. I mean, they just did like, that's like a real cheesy looking plastic paint, so not a fan of the guns. I probably would not pose him with these guns because I just don't think they're very good. I mean, you spend all this time on the paint on the actual figure, which looks fantastic, and then you just really chintz on these guns. So not a fan of the guns. I probably will not have him holding those guns. I'll just have him stand there. I'll just have him stand there looking awesome. But overall, fantastic sculpt on this guy. Great paint application. So Star-Lord is very cool looking. Alright guys, so this is Gamora. I lied about Star-Lord being my favorite. This Gamora figure is epic. Very, very well done paint. I mean, this is just a fantastic paint. She's got an awesome looking kind of little cloth kind of tabard slash cape or whatever, so it's like a, you know, like a frock going over her, which is very cool. Now the cool thing about Gamora here is that she comes with extra head. So again, same articulation as before, wrists and arms and elbows and all that fun stuff, but check this out. So there's her first head sculpt, which I really like. I think it's very well done. I mean, look at the paint application on that. The golds are very bright. Just a fantastic looking figure. Now this is the cool part. So you take off her head and you take off this frock. Fantastic body sculpt, just amazing. And again, with the waist crunch, very cool. So we have this extra cape, and this is like a rubber one. So this other one is made out of cloth, which is cool. But this rubber one is like a stiff rubber, so it's going to stay in the same spot. And you put that on her, and then you put on this head, and I actually love this head. This head is actually Gamora wearing a hood. So as you can see, her hair is tucked into the hood. So on this head, she's also wearing big gold hoop earrings, and you can see them sticking out. At first I thought it was a bad paint job, but it's actually her earrings sticking out. So with the hood and the rubber cape, this is an amazing figure. Her belt is real cool. It's got that gold skull on it. Just an awesome figure. So out of all of these so far, this is definitely my favorite. Very cool Gamora. She does come with a sword as well, and one of her hands looks like it's ready to hold a sword, and I'm gonna be honest, these fingers are so tight on there that I don't know how you're going to be able to get this thing in. I mean, it's really tight. Alright, so you can definitely get the sword in her hand, but it's not easy. Again, the weapons, I'm really disappointed with the weapons. They did so well on the detail of these figures as far as the paint application on everything else, and then they just chinsed on the weapons. I mean, these are like, you know, weapons like when I was a kid for toys. It just really doesn't look that great. I don't know why Hasbro went with the cheesy, janky weapons, but it really takes away from the sculpt and the paint applications on these figures, because these are just really cool. I don't get it. But anyways, there's Gamora, very cool figure, and definitely my favorite out of the bunch so far. Alright guys, and last but not least, we have Rocket Raccoon. Now this one is not going to be as articulated because it's super tiny. So his arms don't have that much. I mean, they do definitely bend at the elbow, double jointed elbows, which is very cool. The wrists actually turn, so I'm wrong. I mean, that does have some pretty decent articulation. No waist crunch, just a waist swivel. No leg articulation whatsoever. His tail does spin. It's on a ball joint. I actually took it off by accident. And his head looks up and down and side to side on a ball joint as well. Now, here's the thing about Rocket. He's got some awesome guns. Now, I guess these guns could be switched around with everybody, but he does have this gun with a rocket on it and a bayonet, which is awesome. And the paint is not terrible on this one, so it's actually kind of cool. And then he's got these two giant guns. Now, we could use these for Drax and or Star-Lord, but if you look at them, I mean, they're gunmetal gray, but they've got some blue painted tint on them, so that's really cool. Same with this one. So this is a giant gun, and again, some blue paint on there to make it look a little bit different. Now, these two guns are great. These are not. I mean, that is the cheesiest thing I've ever seen, so I'm really bummed about that. So Star-Lord would not be holding those. He's going to be holding one of these bad boy guns, which I think is very cool. Then it comes with the cube and a mini Groot in the pot, which is okay. It's not that great. I mean, it looks so kind of cool, but he's got little painted yellow eyes and, you know, nothing fantastic. So Rocket is cool, though. I really like how they use the white in the paint application. It really makes his face just, you know, pop and stand out. So that's a very cool feature that they did with the white instead of using kind of like a gray, a little subdued color. But alright guys, so all in all, this set is very well done. Not a huge fan of some of the weapons. They really kind of chinsed on them. The sword, these guns, not so great. But overall, the paint applications and the sculpts on these figures are unbelievable. So I definitely, if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, I definitely recommend this set. It is, again, an Entertainment Earth exclusive, so you can only get it there. I will put the link in the description below so you can click that and go get yourself this set. If you're a fan of Marvel, if you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, I would definitely pick this up. Like I said, it's not the movie one, it's based off the comic book, which I think is great. It's very cool looking. Groot is just awesome to have displayed. I mean, he's so big and detailed and just a fantastic figure. So all in all, I really like all these figures. If I had to choose my favorite, I would say, just based on paint application and sculpt, Gamora is definitely the best, followed by Star-Lord, Groot, Rocket, and last would be Drax. Just not a fantastic paint job. I mean, it's okay, but nothing huge. So basically that would be my order for these, but what an amazing set. The box is just fantastic, and it's definitely worth the money just for the artwork alone. Just a fantastic, awesome box. So you can display it in the box if you would like. I did take them out because I'm going to display them on my shelf. But again, definitely a cool series. So check it out. It's the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Guardians of the Galaxy Entertainment Earth exclusive pack. Pick it up. Thank you guys for watching. I just want to say thank you again to Entertainment Earth for hooking me up with this. It's a great, great set. And as always, Grumpy Nation, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. And I will catch you guys later. Thanks.